Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Cupid Parasite, going to start our new route, and I decided we were going to do Raoul. Hopefully a lot in this We're going to start Raoul's after drama. I have no regrets about declaring you as my lover on the red carpet. To be fair, I did start recording this already, but my graphics driver was updating in the background, and then I looked over. I was thinking like 2 minutes in, like, whatever. And I was like, son of a bitch, the recorder, everything was frozen. And I was like, fuck it, I'll come back and deal with it later. So, yeah, I've already read the first few minutes of this. So I didn't have to tell you that, but I'm honest to a fault, which is annoying. But anyway, after strolling together on the red carpet, Raoul, what on earth were you thinking? Why would you announce your relationship at a time like this? Raoul's agent was berating us, her voice echoing in the room. At the agency, the phones were ringing non-stop. Each call was someone seeking clarification. The inquiries were all the same, demanding clarification about our surprising revelation. We had just announced that we were in love, so I mean, like, obviously, I forgot of, like, obviously we didn't marry Raoul, you know, and it was just like, we're in love on the red carpet, and that was the end. Okay. And here we are with the aftermath of that, so. As we sat there, our hands intertwined beneath the table, we tried to express our remorse. We're sorry. Sorry. But if you had any inkling, you would have stopped me, right? Of course, I would have stopped you. Why did you go ahead knowing that? You've got such a promising future ahead of you, both for you and our agency. But I want to marry her. I'd like to give you my blessing if possible, but the timing's all wrong. You're only 21, still finding your footing in this business. But look at everyone else. They're getting married, like Tom, Robert, and everyone else. They're seasoned pros. They reached their peak a long time ago. You, on the other hand, are just getting warmed up. Sure, your movie was a hit, but that doesn't make you a veteran. And let's not forget, even those veterans are riddled with scandals lately. Infidelity, divorce, lawsuits. Sillywood marriages are often seen as nothing but trouble. It's supposed to be but, not by. We won't end up like that. No, we won't. No, we won't. Well, maybe a little bit of scandal in the... It seems like there's a scandal, but there's really not because, you know, they gotta make drama somehow. Although I feel like we're starting off with drama, so we don't need any other drama. Even if you believe that, the rest of the world might not share your optimism. They're waiting for some juicy gossip ready to bite. But we'll be careful. Careful doesn't always cut it, Raoul. The media is notorious for their fabrications. And don't forget about those Sillywood actors who lost their roles due to scandals. They kind of make this, so this is a thought that I had when I first played, is like, they make it seem like, you know, oh, you're getting married, that's a scandal, and like, it's so like, what? Like, yeah, okay, yeah, like, getting married is not gonna cause him to be a cheating whore. He's gonna do it whether he's, you know what I mean? But it's like, but if you get married and then you're cheating, it's different. Whereas you could just be like, if we're not, you're like, oh no, well, we're in an open relationship and you can cover that. But you could cover, it's just weird. Like, I get it. They're trying to be like, oh my God, no, this is gonna be the thing. You can't marry Raoul because he's a star. But it's like, but they're just, it's being so weird. Like, their reasonings behind it are like, that's not, like, okay. Some other man cheated on his wife, therefore you can't get married because then people might start rumors. Like, that's why production houses are cautious now. It's common for them to choose actors who are entangled in personal relationships for roles. This especially. That man is married with a family. We can't cast him. Like, that could be scandalous. Like, what? It doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry, but you'll have to postpone your marriage plans until Raoul Aconite becomes a fixed star in the film industry. Don't you bite my headset, Bert. I will knock your block off. Didn't actually knock your block off, but I'll knock you off my shoulder. I will throw you downstairs. He's like, good luck to you. I'm a boomerang. I know how to get back up here. I know you did that today. I came upstairs and I was like, all right, fine, I'm leaving you. It's not really leaving you. when I sat upstairs and I was getting everything set up, and then who's sitting on the railing? Hello, Miss O'Neilix. I know, and you just shrieked so fucking loudly in my ear. Thank God I have my headset on, but I still think I'm fucking deaf. Pretty sure I'm deaf in my right ear. If I have to go to the doctors someday and they test my hearing, they're going to be like, the hearing in your right ear is really bad. And I'm going to be like, that's because my bird sits on my shoulder and goes shriek on the top of his motherfucking bird lungs. You have very tiny lungs, but you're very loud. Very fucking loud. You don't like it when I shriek in your ear. Shriek! You don't like that, do you? He's like, I don't care. Yeah, well, I'll make you go deaf. Make you go deaf in your left ear, and then we'll be even. Ugh. Ronald's face fell, his disappointment reminiscent of a scolded golden retriever. Yes. I thought I was pretty popular. Popularity doesn't solely hinge on a couple of successful films, Raoul. You're not there until every movie you're in gets an Academy Award. Academy. Gross. Sounds like so wrong. Anyway, I've got your next assignment. It's another romance. It should boost your female fan base, so hold off on the marriage, okay? What? Another romance? I was hoping for an action film this time. The director loved your performance in Goddess Upon the Camel Part 2 and personally requested you. Her accent's just getting all weird right now, but whatevs. The film's directed by Howard of Newton Code fame, and Amelia Turner's the lead actress. This is an opportunity you shouldn't pass up. I have no idea what happened with this woman and how we got here. She had a normal voice, and now she's got what the fuck ever. Guys, I don't know. Howard from Newton Code? And Amelia, who recently gained fame from a TV drama. I was acutely aware that this was a huge opportunity. Turning it down would be an undeniable mistake, but I think it was about here where I looked over and I was like, son of a bitch! So, you know. But also, I feel like the game is trying to steal my himbo from me right off the bat, and I don't like that. I don't like that. Don't steal my himbo, man whore. Got enough problems. But romantic movies have kissing scenes, right? Yeah, most of the time. Kissing scenes and even sex scenes. Whoa, well, I mean, that's not actually having sex. We're not doing porn. Then I have to turn it down. I don't want to kiss anyone but Spacey. I love you for that, you sweet, adorable bastard. It's a movie. I would be okay, but, I love you for it. Oh. Wait a minute, Rebel. What are you saying? You're a professional actor. You need to separate your personal and professional lives. Now, I could understand if you were like, sex scenes make me uncomfortable, I don't want to be naked or things like that. That's a personal preference, and that's totally fine. But, I wouldn't be mad if he's like, I gotta make out with some chick. I mean, me personally probably would, because, if my husband or boyfriend was an actor, he's probably hot, and I'd be like, you're, way too hot for me, so you kissing some hot Hollywood actress does make me feel bad, because she's hotter than me, and it would probably make me feel like a lumpy little potato. Let's be real, I am a lumpy little potato, so, you know what I mean? I would have insecurity issues with that. This has nothing to do with him at all. I'd be like, I'm gonna have a problem with that. But, I know it's your job, but it's still not gonna make me go, oh, you could so do better, because look at that girl, she's hot, and I'm just over here being a potato. But to be fair, potatoes are awesome, so fair enough, I guess. I might reconsider if the actress is Spacey. But she's still a complete novice. And she doesn't plan to appear in any more movies, right? Was I in movies in Raoul's Route? I don't remember that, but okay. Yeah, that's true. My appearance in Goddess Upon the Camel Part 2 had been a stroke of luck. The director had invited me to participate in Part 3 when it began production, but I hesitated to make this my primary career. Acting was a challenging field, and I was uncertain about my ability to play other roles. Besides, I loved my job at Cupid Core. My main role was to help people find love, and that was what I wanted to focus on. I was gonna be like, imagine having 2 fucking jobs like that. This isn't really a job, this is a hobby that I do for fun. But you know what I mean? You have a 9-to-5 job at Cupid Core, and then you're an actress on the side? Those are 2, seriously full plus time jobs. Especially because Cupid Core has weird hours, as we've seen. It's not like a normal 9-to-5. It's sometimes you're 6 to whatever, and then other times you're at the night shift. So it's not a normal corporate America. Well, corporate whatever job where you work set hours. Like, you have to work, like, night hours for people, you know? I mean, I guess there are, like, jobs in corporate environments that do that. Like, if you're, like, working at a bank or something, you're working later hours, or if you're working in retail or something like that. But, like, you know what I mean? For being a matchmaking service, it's kind of strange that you don't have normal, like, quote-unquote banking hours, I guess. Actually, technically, if you work in a bank, no. Unless your bank is open late. There's banking hours, and most things are closed. Office is closed at 5, motherfuckers! That's it! But, like, Cupid Core operates outside that, so, like, you have weird hours, and then you're gonna go be an actress, which is not just a full-time job, it's like a full-time plus job. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't imagine you like, I go and put in a couple hours, a part-time gig. Even if you were only acting part-time here and there, you'd still are at the whims of, like, the shooting and the production crew and like, whatever. So, like, still gonna be a lot of work, you know? Like, this recording for you guys is a lot of work, but I do it because it's fun for me, and this is why I play games. And, like, I'll be honest, like, even though I sit downstairs sometimes after record, it's probably because I record so much and then I read so much that, like, I don't go, okay, now I'm going to play the games that we can't play on the channel. Like, I want to, but I have so many games in the backlog that we can't play on the channel, like any Voltage games, whatever, and I'm like, I will probably never get around to playing them. If we didn't have this channel, the chances of me, like, the money that I spend on Otome games or whatever, I probably wouldn't buy any of them. That's the saddest part. I love them, but, like, I would probably not spend half the money, if that I do, because the fun for me is recording them for you guys. That's what keeps me motivated to play them. Like, I enjoy playing them, obviously. Like, but this is what keeps me like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go record and we're gonna have fun, guys. Like, if I was just doing it by myself, like, I wouldn't get through games. Like, take me like 2 years to get through one. You know what I mean? I'm still playing Hanawase. I started playing that, like, when it came out. Like, I'm still on the second like, I finished the first, like, I just never think to bring my Switch downstairs and play those games. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't know. So, like, I think of this sometimes after our incident in August, you know, and I'm like, if that ever happens and, like, you know, I can't record any of these games ever, like, it's not gonna tank the Otome game industry. Okay, it's one person, but I'm like, but the money I spend, I buy all the games. Every fucking game. So far, the only game I haven't purchased that's come out has been the Norn 9 fan disc. It's the only one I didn't buy. But I literally buy every single one that comes out. You know what I mean? And we're getting to the point where, like, so many are coming, I probably, like, won't purchase every single one anymore. Like, ones that I know we are going to play, yes, or ones that I am really excited about playing on my own, sure. But for the most part, like, I buy, like, 98% of them that come out. If we didn't have this channel, I'd be lucky if I buy, like, 2% of them. Like, you know what I mean? Because doing this is what makes it more fun for me. I don't know. You know what I mean? So, anyway. But, I don't know, that came on a job tangent and then just got into this weird, like, existential crisis moment. I don't know. But, like, I do this for fun, you know, but it does take up the time of another job. Like, the amount I record between this and sim stuff is, like, almost sometimes 20 hours a week. It's like a part-time job that I'm not getting paid for. So, like, I can't even imagine, but, like, this is something I do for fun and I do it on my own schedule, you know, when I can. Like, acting, you want to have a normal full-time job at Cupid Core and then act on the side, which is, again, even if you're only in one movie here and there, it's still a full-time job. Like, while you're acting, and it's more than a full-time job, because you're probably putting in longer days than most of us, you know? So, like, it's like 6 jobs. That's a lot. Anyway, her main role is to help people find love, and that's what she wanted to focus on. Okay. Anyway, this is a rare opportunity. I'll inform him you've accepted, so... No, I won't act in that movie. Just repeat what you did before. But I can't. I can't even remember how I did it. Didn't you perform those kiss scenes with ease before you fell in love? Yeah, but that's exactly why I wanted to be more sincere in my relationship now. I care deeply about Spacey. That's why I won't act in movies that involve love scenes with other actresses. Oh, well, what are you saying? Nearly all blockbuster films have those types of scenes. Seriously, sometimes you're like, why we are running from zombies, we're about to die, why do we have a sex scene? I mean, seriously? Seriously? But there are movies without them. Spacey, let's go. Raul took my hand and led me out of the agency. Raul, you can't quit your job. That marked the first rebellious phase of Raul Aconite, the Sillywood actor. I could feel that turbulent times were ahead. Kind of concerning. No theme song. Raul's rebellious face. Look at the way he's licking that chocolate. Sir, you cannot do that. You cannot. Oh, hi. Hello. Okay, and then Jesus. Just the way he's licking that chocolate. You're like, you cannot look that good. You ridiculous 2D bastard. And then what happens? Then this. Oh, God. I'm gonna die. We're not gonna make it through this. A few days later, Raul was sprawled out on his bed, pouting as he stared at his phone. Raul, it's time to get up. We slept in the same bed every night and spent our mornings together. While I worked as a bridal advisor at Cupid Corps, Raul pursued his acting career. Well, sounds maybe like not. I had adjusted my work shifts that day to match his filming schedule. I knew he was supposed to start filming around noon, and I felt it was about time for him to get out of bed. No! Raul pulled me closer, pressing me down onto the bed. Oh, look at the way he's blushing. Why are you blushing, you little whore? I love it. His face held an expression of dissatisfaction as he drew nearer. Raul Aconite, the rising star, and my fiancé. I still have a bit of time. I want to stay like this with you until the last minute. Raul, look, he's so adorable when he blushes, though. It's gonna... Guys, stop. Why do I love this bastard so much? Jesus. I mean, he is the prettiest one out of all of them to me. Like, but... Usually it's like, oh, even though he's pretty, being the hoary himbo would probably... the man horror ones don't usually turn me off, but, like, being the himbo one, like, you're kind of an idiot, does it? But, like... I don't know. Come on, close your eyes. Oh, okay. Oh, we're closing our eyes. Oh, dear. He kissed me, and I slowly closed my eyes. Raul was experienced in matters of love. His love type is Ludus, which meant he liked casual connections, but now he was only with me. We'd shared so many experiences and so many kisses, and each one brought us closer to this moment. Never did I imagine falling in love when I kissed Raul Aconite for the first time. I cannot even imagine what kind of weird, spicy shenanigans we're going to get into. In the sweet and spicy route, and then I don't even want to know what the spicy one's going to entail. Listen, we had the traumatic one, which wasn't as bad as I thought, but not haunted by it. It's not haunting my nightmares. I kind of forget about it, so good for that. As Cupid, my destiny seemed to be in Celestia, and love with the humans seemed an impossibility. Are we still Cupid then? Then we haven't really fallen in love with them. Oh, this is a flashback. Never mind. When Raul and I first kissed, we hardly knew each other, let alone had any feelings. But whether it was kissing or making love, we were experimenting, testing to see the effects on our hearts. We made love like it was a fitness routine. A routine that served as acting lessons for Raul Aconite. Through our intimacy, I endeavored to show him the depths of romantic feelings. The next time our lips met, it was no longer just an act of physical fitness. It was an intense kiss laden with a possessive jealousy that bordered on destructiveness. Raul craved me, consumed by a jealousy he couldn't comprehend. During our second time, I finally realized my emotions for him. Making love should be a reserved act for someone you truly care for, and I think that day I finally experienced it with him. Now, that's valid. It's also okay if it's not. Don't let this game judge you. I'm just saying. I mean, yeah, then we have me calling Raul a whore for spreading it around, but like, I'm just joking around. Like, honestly, like, he can do whatever he wants. You can sleep around if that's what you want. Just be safe, okay? Just be safe. Right? Like, literally, like, don't get stabbed in, like, safe sex, guys, okay? Like, dear God, you should not be having these conversations with your grandma Spacey. All right. I'm not old enough to be your grandma. But I am fucking old. But, you know what I mean? Like, I do feel like this game is, like, slut-shaming right here. Like, making love should only be with someone you care for. Like, no, listen. Some people are sexual beings and just want to spread it around town or just, like, and that's fine if that's the way you feel about it. That is perfectly fine. As long as you are taking precautions for your life and your sexual and your sexual health. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. Don't let the game slut shame you, all right? Go out there and be whatever. But like, and then you have the people who are like, no, it has to be special, or completely asexual people who are like, ew, gross, don't touch me. You know? They're all valid, guys. Don't let games shame you. Or me calling Raul a whore. I'm not trying to shame anybody. I'm just having fun with it. I just feel like I have to call that out every once in a while so that somebody's like, so if I like casual relationships, I'm a whore? No, you're not. Raul is, though. There's a difference. He's not real. Like, at the end of it, we shared a real kiss. I mean, like, Jesus, all the CGs from the first game flashing back were like steamy as shit. In the time I spent with Raul, I underwent a wealth of experiences, I bet. I gained knowledge of the peculiar circumstances faced by Sillywood actors, including contending with fanatic fans and their eccentricities. Even after discovering my true identity as Cupid, Raul continued to treat me like a human woman, revealing his true character. Our adventures included a visit to a Greek ruin where Raul, in all his naked glory, battled a manticore. Right! I forgot! He did that naked! Yeah. Oh, God, I don't know how I could have forgotten that. Oh, the vivid visuals. Oh, my God. And our aunt who was trying to turn him back into Alexander the Great. Remember that part. It was also revealed that in a previous life, he was none other than Alexander the Great. Our love went through such a journey that even the best Sillywood writers would need 3 movies to portray anything like it. Now, that would be great. We confessed our love, and despite knowing I was Cupid, he willingly became my lover. But, Spacey, I thought we'd be able to get married right away. Raul's voice was a discontented grumble as he glared at his phone, lying next to me in bed. We were slated to wed soon, ideally the day after receiving an Academy Award, but professional obligations caused a delay. Our marriage was postponed due to the sponsor's requests, forcing us to keep our relationship concealed from the public. Oh. Okay, so we went on the red carpet, we're in love! And then we're like, and never mind, we're just going to pretend that never happened. How are we concealing that? The public is, I mean, okay, sure. Raul fans are going to be like, I know he's probably got a girlfriend, but I'm going to pretend he doesn't. Okay? Okay, it's fine. Live in Delululand if it's fine. You can absolutely be like, I'm going to marry him someday, even though you know that he's probably actually already married and in love with someone else. But it's okay. As long as you don't stalk the man. You know what I mean? It's fine. It's fine. Whatever. Whatever keeps you sane in this fucked up world. But, like, here's the thing. People are not motherfucking stupid. Okay, yeah, we are. Okay, people are stupid. But in this case, not that stupid. We're in love! And then they're like, nope, that never happened. And then people are like, okay. They're like, it's on TV and all over the interwebs. It's on YouTube. It's out there. Like, we have videos. You can't Mandela affect this. You know what I mean? You can't do that. We all saw it. So we're just gonna collectively be like, okay, sure, never mind. Maybe they fabricated a breakup. I don't know. But you can't pretend you're not dating when you're going to be seen together around and you screamed out your love on the red carpet. I'm just saying. Like, okay. The sponsors released a statement claiming our dating announcement was merely a promotional tactic. Okay, that covers that. That news certainly took me by surprise, too. Yeah, but then people see you around all together, and nobody gets suspicious. Again, Raoul fangirls would absolutely be like, yeah, no, it's fake. They weren't really dating. Yeah, I get it. Because you want to live in Delululand, sure. But, like, most people are like, they said it was a promotional tactic, but they're seen everywhere together. Yeah, so it's bullshit. They're dating and they're just trying to cover it up. Yeah, why? Who knows? Whatever. I think this goes more along with, like, obviously, like, Japan/Korea logic. Where, like, K-pop stars is like, don't say that they're dating, because then fangirls get psycho. And it's like, whereas, like, in American logic, it's like, oh my god, this is my favorite actor, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, they're dating someone. That's disappointing to me. Like, hi, I love Tom Hiddleston, but, like, apparently he's engaged and has a kid. So that's, like, off the table. Even if he didn't get married to this woman, he's got a kid. That's off the table for me. I'm not interested. All of a sudden, that seriously went from, I love that man, I'd marry him in a heartbeat, to like, yeah, the attraction's a little gone now. He's still gorgeous, and I still like looking at him, don't get me wrong. But, like, the kid thing does ruin it for me. Yeah, But, like, so, like, me, Delululand, I'll marry that man in a heartbeat, I would. He's engaged with a child. Oh. Well, that's a bummer. There goes all my plans for my future. Oh, well, gotta find someone else. You know what I mean? Like, we move on. Like, you have celebrity crushes, but you're not. I don't own that man as his fan. You know what I mean? But, like, there is, like, that weird kind of logic, especially with, like, K-pop stars and probably in the J-pop thing and whatever, like, you cannot tell people that you are like, they keep it hush-hush even with, like, the JP voice actors. Like, all of a sudden, like, sometimes they'll announce they're getting married and you're like, oh, okay. They've probably been dating for, like, 5 fucking years, or, like, they announced they had their second child. They keep it kind of hush-hush. They don't really talk about it. It's not like, granted, it's nice that their privacy is not invaded constantly like American celebrities, but I feel like it's a little more, like, we don't talk about it. You could be dating, but don't talk about it. When you get married, we'll tell people, but don't until then, because people are going to go crazy. Like, seriously, you don't own those people. They're allowed to date if they want. I know it's really bad in, like, the K-pop industries, and it's like, do not even say you're dating people, and you're not allowed to get married until you leave this group when you're 30. You know what I mean? Like, it's because it's weird, because the fans get a little, like, you're like, they own you. Which is so fucking bizarre. Like, the logic is weird. So, I mean, I think we're going more with that, like, let's not tell anyone because... Listen, your fangirls are still gonna fangirl. That's not gonna stop us. I'm just saying. Anyway. There wouldn't really be any other reason to pretend you're not dating for, like, if they used, like, Americanized logic, because you'd be like, well, nobody here gives a fuck. Like, yeah, you might be bummed out that your favorite celebrity that you're, like, totally obsessed with is getting married to someone else. You'd be like, oh, ruined my life. But, like, we pick up and move on. We're okay. Like, it's not going to ruin his career. No celebrity's career has ever been ruined by getting, well, maybe, but, like, rarely. If every single celebrity's career was ruined because they got married at a young age, we would have no celebrities. Like, we would have none. Like, hell, that kind of shit is what keeps them going. They're like, these assholes got married. That's ridiculous. Well, let's wait till this dumpster fire, like, let's just see how hot the flames get. Because this thing's crashing and burning. And then but maybe that's also just... So, they could have spun it that way. I don't know. Anyway, We're not that wholesome, so. During the Academy Awards, Raoul boldly declared that I was his personal goddess on the red carpet. Technically true. But later, a correction was issued. A news article claimed his proclamation was just a performance stunt to promote the movie. Consequently, his heartfelt declaration was exploited for a film advertisement. Well, and it helps that we were in the film with him, you know? But the upside was a significant boost in box office sales, which saved him from any severe backlash. Despite living together and sharing a bed, we couldn't wed. That was the life we had right now. Yeah, but you could kind of have fun sneaking around, I guess. For a little while. I made that declaration knowing my agent would disapprove. Why does being an actor stop me from marrying? I guess it's because it could impact the projects you're involved in and your popularity, which is just so bafflingly weird. Since Goddess Upon the Camel Part 2 was a romance movie, it propelled Raoul to heartthrob status. After the film's release, a renowned fashion magazine named him Sexiest Man Alive. I believe it. But I hate this situation. I want to publicly acknowledge that we're together. Raoul kept pouting while he rained kisses down on me. He kissed my lips, my cheek, my forehead, and held me close all the while. I want to announce our engagement. I want the world to know that I'll have such an adorable wife. Look at his little sad face. I would do anything for you, you big dumb asshole. God, I love him. I can only imagine how Raoul's fans would react. I don't give a fuck about them. He's mine. I will kick all of them into the sun. Punt them all. Raoul's newfound popularity with women was explosive, largely thanks to his debut role in a romantic film. I can't read. I'm too busy looking at this adorable fucking face. From my observation on social media, he was particularly popular among young women. Given his acting career, I knew the news of our marriage might not be well received. Did you really need to turn down that offer? I don't want to kiss anyone but you. And what about you? Are you okay with me doing romantic scenes with other actresses? I pictured him being in the movie with the famous director and actress. Pretend it's fine, admit my true feelings. Okay, so obviously she does care. So I would say admit my true feelings, probably. Yeah. Okay. Because I was going to say it's fine or say I don't like it. But no, it's pretend it's fine, so. I'm not sure I want that. See? But that's why it's okay. Raoul's whole face lit up with a radiant smile. I don't want you to kiss anybody else either. I'm not in a movie, so. Of course. Oh. Look at he's so adorable when he blushes. Yeah, I believe in you, Spacey. Our bodies melted into a passionate embrace, nibbling and kissing like always. Our love was playful and capricious, a perfect match, despite our repeated warnings against frivolous relations. But I wonder if it's okay. Raoul had the chance to showcase his talent in romantic scenes. He'd always been passionate about acting. He loved to embody characters on the big screen. That was why I didn't want to hold him back, but the thought of him kissing another actress, even while acting, unsettled me. What's on your mind? See, I mean, like, I feel like that's valid. You know, to be like, I think that would bother me. Again, it wouldn't, they'd be like, that's your job. It's gonna bother me because she's 10 times prettier than me and I'm gonna feel like a potato, but it's your job. So I wouldn't be like, you're not allowed to kiss another woman, cheating whore. You know what I mean? Like, he's not cheating and be like, it's just acting, but I feel like, okay, you've got to kiss another woman. That might be a little uncomfortable, but it's your job, so I'm going to have to deal with it. But then, like, sexy scenes, I'd be like, I'm really uncomfortable with that, but again, it's your job, and I'm going to have to deal with it, but, like, you can't help feeling uncomfortable about it, you know what I mean? And being like, I don't know if I love it. Sometimes you gotta suck it up, buttercup, but... So, I mean, I guess I can't say, like, I would have said differently, like, what's on your mind? Nothing. Oh, you, all the time, 24/7. Just focus on me now. Raoul bumped his forehead against mine and smiled seductively. His stunningly handsome face was right in front of me. It was a sight I still wasn't accustomed to. Raoul's so handsome. It's the right choice to live out his life as an actor. I guess I'll have to tell his agent that. But before I could voice my thoughts, Raoul suddenly got up. Damn it. I've got it! He leapt off the bed and darted toward the shelf. What's going on, Raoul? Why didn't I think of this before? I just need to be able to convince the sponsors. But your agent said you'd be fine once you reached that veteran status. Yeah, veteran status in like 20 years. No, that would take too long. Given the types of movies I'm doing, it would put our marriage on hold for too long. So I should become a movie producer. You, a movie producer? I found it. Raoul pulled out a sketchbook. Its pages filled with unique artwork. It's so adorable! Is that a flying squirrel? And is that supposed to be, Alan? With the devil horns and the purple? And then, I don't know who the dude with the angel, the dead kid in the background is, and then there's a cat. I don't know, the flying squirrel gets me, though. I love that so much. I've had this idea for a while. It's a tale about Alexander the Great and Apollo reincarnated in present-day Baltimore. That sounds like quite a story, Raoul. He's not going to only be a movie producer, he's going to write scripts. He never already decided on a title. Dog of the Dog Patry? Well, I can't read that anyway. You have dog twice in your title? That's the beauty of it. So where does Alexander the Great come into this? Oh my god. One's a dog and the other's a flying squirrel. He's part of the story. The dog ends up fighting aliens to protect humanity. This is getting better as he keeps going. I wish there were more pictures. Aliens? And what happens to this Patrice? Why can't I pronounce that? Why does my brain not want to read that? Patrice? Or Ash. It could be Patrice? I have no fucking idea. My brain cannot process that. Anyway, that dog in the end. Actually, the dog's name is John. Wait, then who or what is... Whatever. And what form did Alexander the Great take in his reincarnation? I really hope they make this movie. I really hope they make this fucking movie, because I really just want to see what this is. I want to know what the flying squirrel is. It might not even be a flying squirrel. Ready? Action! Despite my overwhelming confusion, filming for Raoul's movie began the next day. A few months later, the completed Dog of the Dog whatever hit the screens, but not to the reaction Raoul expected. The movie was called Downright Awful! I was hoping it became a cult classic. I can't believe the next day they started filming. Well, you did not spend enough time fleshing out the story and everything. It even managed to secure the Blueberry Award for the worst movie of the year. The Blueberry Award. I read that wrong. It's the Blueberry Award. The day after the Blueberry Award, my agent gave me an earful. Raoul, I knew you were working on something, but why would you make such a strange movie? It wasn't strange. It was filled with touching moments. A touching film doesn't win the Blueberry Award. But I've seen people on social media saying they cried watching it. They cried because it was so bad. I also saw posts of people crying because they were terrified of your dog performance. Even the box office results were a complete disaster, weren't they? Yes. Yeah, Dog of the Duck, whatever, performed terribly at the box office. A bunch of online reviewers called it the worst movie of the year. I mean, that's something. To actually make the worst movie of the year and get an award for worst movie of the year. I'm just gonna throw this out there. Raoul, have you not seen Sharknado? They've made like 47 of them at this point, I think. And like, it is literally the dumbest fucking movie in existence. How they got Ian Ziering in it from 90210 fame. How the fuck that man was an actual legit actor and they got him in the, I think he was like one of the producers or like the writer or something, and that's why he was in it, but whatever. But that movie was literally the fucking worst thing to exist. One of the. But it's so fucking amazingly fun because it is so stupid. In case you've never seen it, I do recommend it. It's fucking absurd and ridiculous. And the one part I remember out of everything, my sister and I just laughing hysterically, is them being on a bus, like a school bus, and freaking the fuck out because, oh my god, all the sharks in the water! The water, you know how high, a school bus is not that high on its wheels. The water did not even come up to the back bumper. But there were somehow great white sharks swimming in like 3 inches of fucking water. And they were freaking the fuck out. Like, what were they? Like, seriously the size of cocktail shrimp? And you were freaked out? Like, great white sharks. Which would be terrifying in mass like that. But in like 3 inches of water. This is not even logical. I mean, yes, a tornado with sharks in it is not logical either, but like, okay, we can suspend our disbelief for cheesy ass. This isn't even a B-class sci-fi film. This is like literally like, what goes beyond Z? This is the worst thing ever. And yet they've made like 47 of them, and I'm sure they get worse progressively as they go, because that's the whole fun, is like, this is so fucking stupid! But you want to watch it because it's hilarious! You know what I'm saying? You're just like, everything is wrong with it. And that's why they're good. Because they're so bad. So you, sir, have a brain that is just going to be able to smash out D-class sci-fi or horror movies or whatever. Just left and right. Cult classics. Okay? You want to watch something stupid and then you buy shit like that. That's how you do it. That's where you are. This is perfect. Like, some people like awful movies, and there's also like obviously movies. You're like, I love this movie. I know it's not the greatest movie ever made, but I still love it. It's stupid and ridiculous, and you like it. Like, who doesn't love Spice World? It's not like that's the greatest movie ever made, but it's amazing. It's a fun fucking movie. Sharknado is just really fucking stupid. Everything about it is stupid, but that's what makes it fun to watch. That's why people rent it and watch it. Not because they're like, ooh, I'm going to get a serious sci-fi movie. They don't think they made Sharknado going like, we're going to try to make it serious. They were like, let's make this as fucking dumb as we can. And that's what works. So Raul, lean into it. Make the dumbest movies you can. Cult classic leader. There you go. Your name will go down in history. In like a good way. As opposed to right now, which is kind of tanking. You just gotta lean into it, bro. And that was on top of receiving the Blue Blueberry Award. I worked so hard on acting out John's part. I thought back to my performance as John the dog, getting inspiration from a time when I was attacked by stray dogs while living on the streets. I'd given it my all, determined to act any character convincingly. I want to see him in this dog costume. I just imagine it was a really bad costume, too. I had no idea people would be afraid when they saw me like that. During rehearsal, Spacey was scared too. She even said she'd had nightmares. Perhaps I had taken it too seriously without a director to guide me. I thought it was a decent movie. This is also what I love about Raul, is because he's so fucking stupid. Please, Raul, no more weird projects like this. People will start questioning your judgment. He doesn't have very much. See, my personal taste was irredeemably bad. I'm confident in my work, but even my buddies from the Mythological Society said my ideas were strange. Maybe I'm not cut out for creative work after all. Oh, sweetie. Not everybody has 3 brain cells. You've got 2. I know every once in a while you do not have 2 brain cells to rub together because one's got to take a break. That's the mythology one. That's when you turn on the mythology one and you were a goddamn fucking genius. But your other little brain cell is just rolling around in there like a drunk hamster. Okay? Doesn't know what end is up. It's like a little fat drunk hamster that can't get off its back because it's too fat and its little legs won't touch the ground anymore. So you just roll around. And it's sad. But adorable. Creating something from scratch was a first for me, having previously only followed directions. Harsh criticism of my work was more crushing than I had anticipated. I hate to say this while you're down, Raoul, but you have to get back to work. There's a commercial shoot scheduled for today. My agent showed me a cologne advertisement for the brand Ermaine? I knew it was a huge opportunity, something many of my actor friends aspired to. Accepting this job might further delay my marriage, according to my agent. But if I become a veteran actor, she did say I could get married. Is it right to work harder now? Don't overthink it, Raoul. Just do the work expected of you. Now off you go. All right. Don't think too much. I just don't do it, sweetie. You're not capable of it. I always acted on instinct without overthinking. Again. Duh. And was that really the best approach? Shouldn't I give it more thought? I was lost. Again, that's because the little hamster in your brain's too fat to get on the wheel. Perhaps I should grow a beard, shave my head, and bulk up. Try becoming that kind of actor? Dear God, do not do that! Do not touch that glorious hair! You are perfectly fine the way you are. I don't need you being any more of a meathead. And I was afraid my fans would be angry if I made such a drastic change. And frankly, a shaved head wouldn't suit me. No, neither would a beard. I once attempted to imitate my predecessor, Van Tiesel. But the backlash was too intense, and I returned to my regular appearance. I thought that was a cool look. Maybe I should try again. No. I admired the rugged, hard-boiled types of actors, but not everyone could pull off that style. Not you, sweetie. You're too beautiful. Regardless, I chose to focus on the work at hand and left the agency. Omar's Sun After Lotion, moist type. Look, he's adorable. It's a typical sprite of his, though. Are we supposed to be Raoul saying this? Hi, perfect for your skincare routine during those hot Los York summers. Try Omar After Sun Lotion. It even has a fucking lobster. I forgot for a hot second that was Lobster Boy. Come over here. I'll rub some on for you. A month after Raoul received the Blue Blueberry Award, I found myself strolling down 2nd Avenue on a day off. Raoul was busy filming, and we learned to avoid shopping together to evade paparazzi. The Omar After Sun Lotion commercial he starred in has been a huge hit. Now Raoul wasn't just an actor, he was a commercial star and model thanks to his agent. His beautiful face and strong physique, a result of his roles in action movies, captured people's attention. He really does have a beautiful face. Isn't that Raoul Aconite on that ad? A large new billboard caught my eye. It was Raoul in a provocative pose, barely clothed. Oh, show me. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, that's basically like his normal sprite. That's, that we see all the time. Well, we saw earlier. It's Raoul. He was half naked in a sexy pose, plastered all over the billboard. It was an ad for Ermaine, whatever, the famous men's cologne brand, and the image was a perfect representation of Raoul's appeal. Oh, he's so handsome. Did you hear the latest? He might star in another romance movie. No way! I get to watch the adorable Raoul Aconite perform again? A romance movie. I had no idea where the rumor started, but Raoul should have been rejecting those offers. Yet the whispers persisted. Perhaps a reporter had noticed the director visiting Raoul's agency. I'm hoping to see Raoul Aconite in a sequel like Goddess Upon the Camel Part 2. Speaking of Goddess Upon the Camel Part 2, remember that red carpet promo? It was something else. Oh yeah, that made my heart flutter. I was half convinced Raoul Aconite was actually getting married. Imagine if it were true. That would be shocking. Numerous onlookers exchanged such gossip as they gazed at the billboard featuring Raoul. It's like so weird because nobody would be talking like that. Shocking if Raoul Aconite really married. It stung my heart because I felt like those statements were directed at me. Recently, Raoul had been getting even more female fans. His agent had been aggressively seeking advertisement work to dilute his image associated with the Blue Blueberry Award. That was why advertisements featuring Raoul seemed to be everywhere around Los York. His warm smile paired with his seductive gaze and pose. It was undeniable. His allure was on full display, Even with my amateur perspective, I knew this strategy was an ideal career advancement. That's why I didn't see the rush to marry, but when I talked about the topic of delaying our wedding, Raoul's resistance was intense. No! Absolutely not! Why would you suggest pushing it back? Oh, look at his cute little Hawaiian-esque shirt. His arms tightened around me as he pressed his forehead against mine. He looks so sad! You broke his sad, poor little idiot heart! Girl, rude! Please don't say things like that. You chose me over remaining a god. But I hate putting things off. I want to marry you immediately, Spacey. I can't hold back. Could it be you don't want to? No, of course not. I want to marry you immediately, Raoul. I'll figure it out, so please don't ever suggest delaying it again. He frowned as he embraced me again. It was as if he were a dog being denied food. Hearing him express such a strong desire to get married made me so happy. I buried my face into his chest. I mean, listen, he's a big fat fucking idiot. He's an idiot. He's our himbo, but that's why I love him, because he's so endearing and adorable. God damn it, I love him so much. I mean, that's literally what himbos are. He's the perfect himbo. He's an idiot, but he's just so adorable and into you and just obsessed and chasing you around like a puppy. And normally I'm not into those characters, but there's something about this bastard. Every time. Thank you, Raoul. Of course. Our love is something that affects the entire world. A love that affects the whole world. That reminded me of that nightmarishly stormy day in Lost York. It was true, we finally got together after that. That was when he nearly became Alexander and I ceased to be a god. But now we lived as ordinary human beings. I was able to fall in love as a normal human. It would be a waste to try and not go all out. Right, I apologize. Thanks, Raoul. Anytime. After kissing me, Raoul nuzzled his face into my chest with a sigh. Darn. If only Dog of Dog Patrice or whatever had been a hit, we could have been married by now. Dog of Dog Patrice or whatever, I'm just making up names now. I still had my job at Cupid Corps, so I couldn't check his filming and editing process. From the snippets I saw, I could tell that it was pretty out there. Ultimately, it faced a wave of criticism upon release. But Raoul truly enjoyed filmmaking. He's satisfied with what he made. Yeah, and kids are satisfied with the little ugly pieces of art they bring home to you in kindergarten. But that doesn't mean they go up in the Louvre, you know what I mean? That's why I couldn't bring myself to critique that movie. A typical parent, you're like, oh, we're just going to put this ugly macaroni art right up on the fridge. Despite the fact that it's hideous. Because you know what, a child made it, and you're like, no, nice try. So in this case, we're like, oh, good job, sweetie. Ruffle his hair, because an idiot made it. He doesn't have a talent for it. He might, it's just not this time. Not this attempt. He put his heart and soul into it, all with the intention of getting us married. Besides, some aspects of it were praised. Online comments saying, I have to watch it every day, or it's incomprehensibly addictive started to emerge. See? All right, we're going down the D-level movie classic. It was clear there were people who shared Raoul's movie tastes. I wanted that film to be an international sensation. Perhaps I'm not meant to be a director, but if that's the case, I need to be an even bigger star as an actor. Thinking about my future is challenging, especially for a one brain cell. I've never seriously considered it before. He released me, collapsing onto the bed. Dreams of the future. Looking back, I never thought about it either. It's more accurate to say that I only had one goal. My ambition was to be the premier bridal advisor at the leading marriage agency in the human realm as a way to prove a point to my dad. Having achieved that, I now felt somewhat at a loss. What kind of human did I aspire to be in the future? I'm uncertain about what comes next. Now that I'm no longer Cupid, should I continue with matchmaking? Huh? Are you thinking of changing jobs or something? Well, not exactly. But having accomplished my goal, I've lost my sense of direction, I think. She's like, I don't even know if I have. Oh, see, I can't even figure that one out. So quit your job, become an actress. You guys do romance movies together, and then you get married. I love matchmaking, but I question if it's right to continue my routine without any variation. I get it. I sometimes wonder if it's okay to remain an actor. Raoul, what initially drew you to acting? Huh? Me? I was asking out of curiosity, and his expression went blank. Yeah, I was Cupid until recently, and matchmaking was a part of my identity. But Raoul, you weren't born as an entity called actor, right? So can you tell me what led you to this path? An entity called actor? Raoul's shoulders began to shake, evidently amused and laughing. That's amazing. You still sound like a god. Oh, now he's turned on. What? But I'm being sincere here. Sorry about that. Your comment just struck me as hilarious. You truly were Cupid, huh? Raoul held me close, smiling heartily. Yeah, and you were Alexander the Great. You don't remember any of that? Yeah, but I'm fully human now. I'm no longer Cupid. Yeah, I understand that. Sorry. So you're asking why I decided to become an actor? Yeah, what made you choose that work? People have various motivations. Some truly love acting, and others are simply passionate about movies. Unlike me, it was born into my role. Humans could choose their life's objectives. I was interested in what led Raoul to choose acting, but his response was somewhat blank. Some people don't get the choice. They're pretty much just tossed into whatever based on their family. Why did I... You don't remember? Well, it's not that I don't remember. It's more like there wasn't any specific trigger. Really? Yeah, I kinda just went with the flow and ended up debuting as an actor. Let me think. I remember when I was a kid, I went on an archaeological trip with my parents. Right, we were excavating some ruins and a photographer there recruited me. That's how I made my debut. The director saw me and thought it'd be a waste if I didn't pursue acting. He introduced me to an agency. And thanks to my agent, I was able to get cast in different movies. Oh, I see. Exactly. I started to see how much fun acting could be. I thought it'd be great if I could keep appearing in movies. And so I just stuck with it ever since. But then I struggled for the first time when I had to act out romance. I never struggled with any other aspect of acting before, so I worked hard to improve. You helped me overcome that hurdle. Raoul's eyes squinted as he smiled, placing his hand on my cheek. It was only after meeting you that I realized what I truly wanted to do. Doing me is not a job. Before, all I wanted to do was enjoy life. But that's not enough anymore. I want to share my life with someone I love. That's the most significant thing to me now. My fellow actors want to be rich or work with famous directors, but to me, you're the most important. So I won't delay our marriage, understand? Yeah, I do. Good. Raoul smiled happily and gave me a light kiss. That understand sounded a little threatening the way I read it. He had previously just wanted to live freely, enjoying life until the very end. Yeah, he just said that. My sweetheart, who simply savored life till the end, hadn't become an actor out of ambition. He had simply gone with life's flow, eventually landing in acting. He didn't hustle through auditions or anything. It wasn't a childhood dream. It was a series of events that led him to his current status. If people who were working desperately to be actors heard this, they'd be furious. I suspected he was just naturally gifted. But the problem is, I don't know how to achieve my dream. Up till now, I haven't had strong desires. I could achieve most things I wanted. I see. How am I gonna marry Spacey? I wish the gods would show me the way. But following the gods' guidance could be disastrous. They're self-centered after all. Oh, right. I forgot. We remembered our past experiences and shared a laugh. We had our run-ins with Aunt Minerva, a goddess from Greek mythology. Raoul had suffered because of her. Even gods hailed as the bearers of wisdom could be utterly selfish, concerned only with their own interests. Lord Jupiter may have been kind to humans, but generally, gods were haughty and self-centered. But how are we supposed to shape our future, then? What should I do to marry you? Raoul mumbled to himself as he started searching How to decide your future on this phone. How to decide your own future based on Google search. That's when a certain social media post caught my eye. Fortune teller. Oh, Berenice! Fortune telling. The topic seemed to have taken Lost York by storm. Every corner of the city buzzed with news of a fortune teller reporting to have a 100% accuracy rate. Fortune telling, huh? Did you hear? This guy actually fell in love after visiting that fortune teller. He got married. That's nothing. Over here it says this guy landed a great job after having his fortune read. Such stories were abundant. Every testimonial pointed to a fortune teller named Berenice. It says Berenice operates at a Batole Tower. Batole Tower? Isn't that the new tourist attraction they just built here in Lost York? Yep, I've been considering a visit. The structure's unique and the stairs are a sight to behold. They're like rainbows. And according to this, meeting the fortune teller involves a bit of luck. He comes and goes as he pleases, just like Zeus. A fortune teller appearing at whim. The rumor gave the impression of some sort of god. Well, we know it. Well, he's an alien. But no god deals in futures. Their role's to guide. Even if the guidance led to the worst outcome, the gods didn't take responsibility. Now that I'm human, I wanted nothing to do with them. But Berenice must be human, right? No god would bother with this. Hey, want to visit Batole Tower and look for this Berenice? I mean, technically, I don't remember, was he a god from that planet? But it's from a different planet. He's not one of our gods, so it's different. You want your fortune told. Yeah, maybe we can get some advice on our upcoming wedding. I'd love a date at Batole Tower. Let's do it. We'll have to go separately. Silly Woods, star in love. Look at the way he's licking that chocolate with that fucking look on his goddamn beautiful face. Goes away too fast. I could have stared at that for days. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this part up here. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.